And good afternoon. Welcome back. This is The Guys Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas. And normally we have Pastor John McLean as my guest host, but I have a special guest host today, David Deal. David, how you doing?
Ron, how's it good? Good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you. Yeah. So, Pastor John is out on a trip with his wife, and he will be back with us next week. Today we have a guest with us. He's a new sponsor to the show. It's Will Pena with Tucson Pack and Ship. Will, how you doing?
Doing great, my man. Doing great.
Good. So tell us a little bit about Pack and Ship, Tucson Pack and Ship.
Well, Tucson Pack and Ship, we opened this up back in August 2023. We basically, we are contracted with FedEx, UPS, the post office. We basically pack and ship anything that you need around the world.
Very good. Where are you located at?
We are on 12th and Irvington.
Okay.
Right next to Estrella Insurance.
Ah, okay. And maybe another landmark that's right there is Little Mexico Restaurant.
Little Mexico Restaurant, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much, a lot of Tucson knows Little Mexico Restaurant.
You can often find me there.
Very good. So in 2000, you came to Tucson and you made it your home. You're originally from El Paso. And we have kind of an interesting history.
We do.
Both worked at Walgreens.
Yes.
Long time ago.
Seems like a lifetime ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was another life ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and your wife also worked there.
Yeah, and with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we worked together almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
30 years?
30 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys how long it had been.
Yeah, it was early to mid 90s. So it's a while ago. Can't believe it's 30 years. Tucson's changed some in that time.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your career with Walgreens, because you got to do some cooler things than I did.
Well, I started with Walgreens back in 94 in El Paso, where I grew up. And I worked there for about 5 years. Kind of wanted to move on at the time. And I got offered a position to transfer to Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And so I went there to Austin, Texas. I got into management with Walgreens there.
Mm-hmm.
After a while of doing that for about 5 years, they offered me to go work at corporate. I got to travel around the country and open new stores. That's back in like 98, 99 when Walgreens was just
They're opening
putting
stores
a store
everywhere.
in every corner.
Yep, every corner.
Yeah, so we were quite busy, but after all those years of being stuck in a store working,
Yeah.
it was really awesome to be able to travel and see a lot of part of the country that I never thought I'd be able to see.
Yeah. That was probably my favorite thing at Walgreens was when they had opened a new store, and the month before that they actually opened it, they had to stock everything, and they would pull different managers from around the city to go stock it and make it all nice and pretty. And
Yeah. And you remember that corporate guy that was there trying to run everything?
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh.
I was one of those guys.
Yeah, it was cool because there was no customers in there. The phone wasn't ringing.
Right.
You didn't
Yeah.
have to wear your shirt and tie. So
Right. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
that's-
the good old days.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
But, then I found it was time to, after a year and a half of living from hotel to hotel, and kind of got old, and I wanted to get back into a store. And at the time, Tucson was a booming market with Walgreens.
Yeah.
We're starting to open a lot more stores here. I saw a lot more opportunity to move up in the company.
Right.
And I came down to Tucson and haven't left.
Yeah. And then in 2012, you left Walgreens and you went into the insurance industry.
Yeah. Like everything else, it ran its course, retail.
Yeah.
After about 30 years of retail in different organizations, I wanted to get out and start working a little bit more for myself than for somebody else.
Yeah.
Everything was becoming a little bit too corporate.
Yeah.
Not just Walgreens, everywhere.
Yeah.
It just became that way during that 2010, 2012
Right.
time on there. So yeah, I ended up getting into insurance, and we it's hard to say it's been 10, 11 years now, because it's gone by so quick.
Right. Yeah. And you ended up buying a franchise and opening that up.
Yeah, I kind of fell into it a bit. I was with Farmers Insurance. That was my first company that I worked for in insurance.
Okay.
And I ended up getting offered to work in a franchise.
Yeah.
And Estrella Insurance, I spoke to the Estrellas themselves. They're out of Florida.
Okay.
And I liked what they had, what they were talking, and the whole system they had developed for insurance and selling insurance.
Right.
So I said goodbye to Farmers, and I went into working for the Estrella family. For about 3-4 years. I think that was 2015 when I joined Estrella Insurance.
Okay.
2018, they offered to sell me the franchise that I had built up already.
Nice. Very good.
So I couldn't turn it down. I bought it, became the owner of that particular location.
And your franchise, your Estrella Insurance, you're a broker, so you can go through many different options for your customers.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the great things from when I left Farmers.
Yeah.
Because Farmers, you have one product to sell.
Right.
With being a broker, I deal with about 27 different companies that I could shop around for. So
A little bit more custom fit.
absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm sure your clientele appreciates that.
Well, the good thing is, if their rates, and we can get on a whole different whole different thing here if we start talking about insurance rates.
Right.
But we'll refrain.
That's kind
from
of a sore spot for everyone right now.
That's probably another show.
Yeah.
So, rates start going up. We have that opportunity of re-quoting everybody, all my clients, at their renewal, and seeing at that point what what's good for them.
What's
a good
best for
price.
them? Yeah. What's the best fit?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then under the same roof, you have another business.
Well, it kind of goes hand in hand
Right.
with, insurance comes taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's two things that you're not going to get away from. You have to have insurance, and you have to do taxes.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Right? Yeah. So Estrella Insurance, they partnered with ATAX Tax Services,
Right.
who is a franchise out of the Virginia Beach area.
Okay.
They offered me a really good deal to buy the franchise. I, took them up on it, and we're doing taxes. Nothing too crazy yet. We just completed our second year,
Okay.
but the basic
Tax
tax
preparation.
preparation, 1099s, a little bit of business stuff, I-10s, things like that.
Right.
You know,
And you're
we're
doing a little
building
bit of bookkeeping too, aren't you?
Yes, we've also got the bookkeeping services.
Mm-hmm.
My wife came to work with me
Okay.
from Walgreens. We brought her out of Walgreens after 30 years.
Wow.
And she had done a lot of bookkeeping with Walgreens.
That's a perfect
So,
fit.
we got her trained in taxes and bookkeeping, and she kind of handles that whole part of
Yeah.
the business.
My second Walgreens store, I was the graveyard assistant manager, and they didn't have a bookkeeper. They were the only store that didn't have a bookkeeper. So the graveyard assistant managers did all the books. So I got to learn that job also. So it was kind of cool, because I got to learn that.
Yeah, I was never really a numbers guy. So
Oh.
I'm glad she's here to handle that part of it.
Oh,
I
okay.
could sell pretty much anything.
Oh, okay.
I can sell, but when it comes to numbers, that's not really my cup of tea. That's where she comes in and helps me out.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what a marriage is. You guys complement each other.
Exactly.
Yep. You guys complete each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool that you have a business partner and a wife. That you guys can work together and complete each other.
Yeah, and we're together pretty much every day, and it's great. We absolutely love it. I love bringing my wife to work, and we drive together. We go home together, and other people have told me you're nuts, but I'm like, no, we get along great. She's like my best friend, so it's
Cool.
really cool.
Very
Yeah.
good. Well, we have Will Pena with Tucson Pack and Ship, ATAX Tax Preparation, and Estrella Insurance. This is the guys next door. We'd like to thank our sponsors. R&R Mini Roll-Offs, Tucson Pack and Ship, Crest Insurance, and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We'll be back for our next segment in just a couple minutes. And welcome back. We are the guys next door. I am your host, Ron Arenas, and we're talking with Will Pena from Tucson Pack and Ship. We have a special guest host, David Deal.
Hey, Ron.
Hey.
I'm back with you here, buddy.
Yeah, I'm glad you stuck around. It's because we locked the door to the studio, so you couldn't leave.
That's true. That's true. And I don't know where you put the key.
Yeah, I hit it. So I swallowed it. I'll have to regurgitate it here at the end of the show.
I'll try not to think about that.
I'm out.
So we're talking about your newest venture in business, Tucson Pack and Ship, that you opened in August of 2023, right next to Little Mexico restaurant on Irvington and 12th.
Yeah, Will, what got you wanting to start a Tucson Pack and Ship? Where'd that come from?
Well, I can give you a big, long answer. Like, I did a lot of research and the community needed this. But when it comes down to it, one day I had to go ship a package. I went to the post office and the line was out the door.
Was it Christmas time?
No, it wasn't even Christmas time.
Oh, wow.
People were walking out, wondering where, they can go and ship their packages.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't ever have any luck with the post office. I seem to go to FedEx or a UPS store or something like that. So I'm glad to know there's other choices besides I guess we call it the main choices.
The traditional choice.
Traditional choices.
Yeah.
That's the good word. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that was, I had the room. I had already rented the space.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where I did put the cart before the horse,
Yeah, you have 2 suites there.
I have 2 suites there at the place, and I had to decide what to put in it, and I've had it in the back of my mind for probably a good year and a half now that I wanted to put in a pack and ship somewhere.
Right.
It just happened to fall where the person that was in that office moved out,
Okay.
and I spoke to the owner, and I moved right in, and we got it done.
Perfect. Yeah. It's like it was meant to be.
Yeah, it is, and it fits. Ron, you've been there.
Yeah.
It's really it has a really cool setup.
Yeah.
We got to set that up ourselves.
Right.
Again,
it's your own
yeah,
creation.
yeah,
It's not a franchise.
Exactly. That's what I was looking for. I did not want to get into another franchise. I want to do something that's on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Because although, with the franchise, I am a franchise owner, but you still have to stick to the guidelines.
Yeah.
The guidelines of the actual franchise.
Right.
So with Tucson Pack and Ship, it's our own. It's mine. It's my wife's. It's my kids. It's my grandkids.
Right.
I bring my grandson, who's 13 years old. We pick him up on Fridays. As a matter of fact, after we're done here, I'm going to go pick him up, and I'm going to bring him in. He works for me on Friday nights and Saturday mornings.
Oh, cool. Very good.
So
that family business.
Absolutely, it's great.
Yeah, and you guys offer a variety of services. Can you tell us about some of your services?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have the pack and the packing and the shipping. That's obvious. You bring in an item, whether you bring it in packed and ready to go, we can ship it for you. You can bring it in. We'll pack it up and ship it for you as well.
Okay.
We also do mailbox rentals. Those are really big now, especially with all the deliveries that are being made, all the Amazons and everything getting shipped to places now, especially if you live in a mobile home park or apartments.
Okay. So like a multi-housing
because you don't want that stuff getting delivered to your door in an apartment.
Yeah.
You don't know whether you're going to find that there or not.
So do you have like lockers, like kind of like Amazon lockers, or?
No, we don't. We actually have a secured room in the back of our.
Oh, okay.
So if you rent one of our personalized mailboxes, a personal mailbox, then we will receive packages for you and store them in a secure location.
Okay.
So you can come pick them up.
Okay, very cool. So
Yeah.
you can get your Amazon stuff there.
Absolutely. We do copies. We'll make black and white copies, color copies. We will do printing, whether you need flyers. As a matter of fact, I've I've done quite a bit for Picture
Yeah,
Rocks.
you have.
You know, so
You've printed
you know,
flyers for us. Yep.
yeah, and we've done we do shredding. Not a lot of places do shredding anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that. I feel like I've got shredding of my own I need to have happen. How's that take place?
Well, I mentioned my grandson, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I have this really big shredder in my office in the back there. You bring in what you need shredded. We weigh it. We charge $1 a pound.
Okay,
Ah,
dollar a pound. All
You
right,
know,
got
we
it.
put it in a secure box. And on Friday nights and Saturday mornings, when my grandson comes in, he shreds and shreds and shreds.
He's a shredder.
So he's my shredder. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a term for skateboarding there.
Yeah,
somewhere,
right,
I think.
exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, we do that. We do passport photos.
Okay.
You know, something we kind of picked up from Walgreens.
Yeah.
With us being there, we would always do, passport photos.
Mm-hmm.
We do that there. Notary. We're all notaries there. Everybody
Okay.
who works for me there is a notary.
Excellent.
So you can come in whether into the pack and ship or into the insurance office. You need something notarized. You know, we're always there.
Perfect. So during the business hours, there's a notary there.
Always, yes.
Okay.
Always, yeah. We can take care of that. And it's hard to find a notary nowadays. So, you know,
Yeah.
the banks don't really do it anymore.
Oh, okay.
You know, and again, the reason why I got my notary is because I needed something notarized, and I could not find any place to do it.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
What's the typical notary fee there, buddy?
we charge $10 a stamp.
Okay, $10
So
a
if
stamp.
it's just one page you need notarized, it's $10. If
Okay.
it's a big document, 10 stamps, it's $100. $10 a stamp.
Okay.
What we charge there.
That's not bad.
That's actually cheaper than the going rate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And you were telling me the other day, and I didn't think that the service really existed much, but you also do fax service.
Yes, fax. We do quite a bit of fax service.
Yeah.
People, you need something faxed. Not many people have that. The old fax is nowadays. It's all computerized
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So people come in, they'll bring me what they need fax. We'll scan them in and fax it out for them. And, we just charge one price, no matter how many pages it is. It's $5.
Oh, yeah, I wish I'd have known that.
Yeah, $5. You bring me one page, you bring me 10 pages, 20 pages, I charge you $5. for it.
Yeah, we just faxed some documents to a hospital here not too long ago, and they weren't nice about it.
Really?
They were
Oh, wow.
charging per page,
Were they? Yeah.
and I had a lot of pages.
I know a lot of people do charge per page, but
Yeah.
for me, I scan them and I email them out through
Yeah.
a fax.
Okay.
So it's really, I don't see why we should be charging $1, $20 to fax 20 pages where it takes.
Yeah, I'm thinking something like $45 I paid Office Max not too long ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
also do scanning services too.
Yes.
So
if-
if someone needs it
right.
scanned and put onto like a little thumb drive or something, right?
Yes, absolutely. And we sell the thumb drives there at a very
Okay.
good price as well. We do have a little bit of office supplies there.
Okay.
We carry some of the basic things, pens, some computer paper clips, just staplers, staples, things that you might need,
Yeah. Very
you know,
good.
around the office. So we carry all that there. But yeah, people will come in and, I need this, put onto a thumb drive, or can you get this emailed to me?
Mhm.
So, we scan it in, and however they want to receive it, we'll get it to them.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
good. So let's jump over to you're part of the community. You're very involved with the community. Tell us about some of the nonprofits that you're involved in.
Wow, where do we start?
Well, together, you and I, we do stuff for Interfaith Community Services.
yeah, with Jorge
Yeah.
Reese.
Yep.
and interfaith. Yeah, I mean that's such a it's such a great thing that they do with
Yeah.
the produce giveaways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once
definitely.
a month, a bunch of us get together, donate our time, and we hand out produce to our community. People in
Right.
need,
Right.
and it's great. To see their faces as they're getting the food put into their vehicles.
Yeah.
It's almost like some of them are happy and have that
that grateful.
grateful and kind of like something was lifted off their shoulders. Okay, they've got
Yeah.
they've got food now. They've got
Right. Right.
so
Definitely
it's great.
helps.
You know,
Yeah.
that's and I'm sorry. It's like yeah, it's great. We that's one of my favorite organizations that we do there.
Right. Right. And then when I was at your office the other day, you told me about Cody's Friends, and I'd never heard
Yeah.
of that before. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've always been a dog guy.
Yeah.
I grew
Me
up
too.
with dogs,
Me too.
and so one of the things I actually searched out them when I was looking to try to help out some type of a cause for pets like that.
Right.
And basically, what they do is they collect food on a major scale,
Mm-hmm.
and they fill the needs of a lot of food pantries.
Okay.
For pets, for the
Right.
dogs. A lot of people come in and they want to buy. They don't have food at home. They go to the food pantry. They're getting food, but a lot of them have pets.
Yeah.
And they don't have the money to buy pet food as well.
Right.
So Cody's friends, they collect, all these, not just dog food, but they collect, from collars to sweaters to dog shoes to just, everything. Not just dog. I say dogs because, again, I'm a dog person, but they have cat food and things like that too. It's different type of pets that they do there. That's,
I guess we can include the cats in
yeah,
there
we
too.
can. I'm sure
Not that we want to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it's it's a great organization. If anybody needs info on that, they can look up Cody's Friends
Okay.
on Facebook, and they're located over on, I believe it is on Fairview and Romero area over there.
Oh, okay.
So they're in that area where they
Kind of the northwest side of Tucson.
Wednesday mornings is when they distribute their food.
Okay.
Wednesday mornings
All
on
right.
that. So,
Well,
yeah.
perfect. Well, we've been talking with Will Pena of Tucson Pack and Ship, and we have David Deal here with us. He's our guest co-host, and I am Ron Arenas with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, and the guys next door. We'd like to thank you for joining us today. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Tucson Pack and Ship, R&R Mini Roll-Offs, Crest Insurance, and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Every day is a blessing and a new opportunity. Make the most out of every day. We'll see you next week.